Andrew McCART, IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I've got to say I'm over the moon. I mean, I like the Zoom interviews and stuff like that, but the fact that I'm actually got my camera and I'm doing a face-to-face interview with my good friend Danny Vaughan, it's good to see you again, mate. How's life been?
All good, all good. A little bit frustrated with obviously the lockdown and we're missing the boxing and things are starting to ease up now, and we're loving being back in the gym with the fighters, just doing what we do best.
Let's talk about Sam Maxwell and Sean McComb. Both came back into camp last week.
Yeah.
As a coach, are you happy with where they are with their fitness and stuff like that? And have they let you down a little bit? Not? Are they all good?
To be honest, no.
Yep.
I mean, we've been speaking every other day and the lads have been training really hard. Obviously they've been eating what they want, but what I always try and do with my fighters is, you know, don't come to me over a stone. If you come to a stone in weight, we can work with that, whether it's 6 weeks or 8 weeks, you can work with that. Anything over a stone is a little bit, you sort of make him wait and not training for a fight, if you know what I mean. So they'll come back reasonably bang on. So we're happy with the two of them. And the fitness levels look good, to be honest.
Well, I'll let you pick which fight, but obviously I spoke with Jamie Conlon a couple of weeks back when MTK said MTK Fight Night's coming back in July. Can I put two and two together, like I said to Sean, can I put two and two together and assume that we could possibly see Sam and both Sean fight in the 6 weeks time, 7 weeks time, in July, maybe August?
Yeah, that's the talk. That's the talk, around the 25th of July or the first week in August. Two big massive fights for them again. I can't start mentioning names.
You know I'm going to ask you. Can
You're going to ask. Well, Sean was already fighting Craig Evans, yeah. So hopefully that's back on again. And Sam is going to be in a really tough fight. It's the biggest step of him, but a former European champion. We've okayed the fight, but MTK can just do the magic work, the magic, and make the fight happen.
It must be. Lockdown's had its negative side of things for boxing and that, but if you can take one positive from it, we're going to see 50-50 fights now. I mean, we have to see 50-50 fights because obviously there's no ticket gates and stuff like that. We need more bang for our buck, so to speak, when it comes to TV. So, in that sense, can we see Sean progressing as well, Sean and Sam, into 50-50 fights? If all going well, and then the first fight back, the second fight back, maybe in September or whatever it might be, we can see them in another 50-50 fight?
Well, that's the plan. I mean, the Craig Evans fight with Sean, if it happens, is a massive fight. It's a tough fight. It's another big step. After that, we've already spoken MTK. Sean, we want a big name for Sean after this. You know, a former world champion, or that's what the caliber of what we're looking for Sean. You're
a coach as well. I mean, but you're also a manager. You manage quite a lot of the Scottish fighters here and stuff like that. Is your phone been off the hook with fighters wanting to get fights and stuff like that?
Honestly, I mean, the minute, like it got mentioned, we've got 5 fights behind closed doors, I've been hounded, and I mean like every.
A good thing or a bad thing?
A bad thing. No, it's the way it is, and that's how a manager works. But it's the way it goes.
You find it hard to juggle the coaching side, the managing side of things, or are you taking it in your stride?
I'm taking it in my stride, but it's harder than what I thought, because it is full on you. It is on you every day. I mean, when they go to the toilet, they're ringing you up to let you know they'll be in the toilet and stuff as well. No, I'm only joking. Yeah, but it is quite tough. It is quite tough. When I say tough, it's just getting back to them all the time. But first and foremost, I've always been a coach. I took the manager's side on, obviously, with MTK Scotland. I don't mind it. I'll do anything what I can for MTK Global. But it's quite tough. It's the emails and stuff which I've never been good at. I've never been able to email.
Glad to say, every time I try to do it, when I tried to get a Zoom interview with you at the beginning of lockdown in April, you're lucky you've got your wife there, Sandra, because you have no clue.
See, because you've just addressed this. People think I'm blanking them on emails. I've just started learning how to do them. So for everyone who thinks I'm blanking yet, I'm not. It's genuine.
He's a digital hand grenade.
That's what I am. That's what I am. I'm a dinosaur.
Dinosaur. Can we get, obviously you've got your two fighters here, Sam and Sean, have we got any word on like Waz? Are you still in good communication with Waz?
I think I've been speaking to Waz on WhatsApp, and I think the lockdown in Pakistan, it's all going like dates. I think it's going to be July for Waz. Waz is fit. He's weighing around 9 stone, which is not bad. He's going to be boxing a super flyweight now. He's itching to get going as well. Once this is all over and I get Waz back, there's going to be another addition to the team as well coming. Hopefully, that's been the talk in the last couple of months. I'm looking forward to working with this guy too. But just going back to Sam. Now Sam looks like he's going to be fighting the former European champion. It's a massive step for Sam. But I'm just happy working with these two lads and watching them grow and seeing where we've gone in the last 12 months. It's brilliant to watch, and the two of them now are realising the potential what they've got. What I see in every day in the gym, that these two are going to get let off the leash, so to speak, after this next fight. And the world's the oyster for the both of them, it really is.
Well, I'm going to give them some props because they're the consummate professionals. I mean, they came back into camp in shape. Like Sam, you've seen him on Instagram stories. He's in his backyard. Sean as well. He was doing his bit in his back garden as well. You know what I mean? So. I suppose for me, I like to train all the time, every other day, but for the first couple of weeks in lockdown I was like, nah, I ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? It's quite easy for me to do it, but some fighters might fall into that bracket where they think, oh, but it's good to see that these two are.
It's good because, as you said, they are professionals, but don't forget we're speaking all the time on the phone, so I was telling them, look, this phone can go anytime, so you just need to be on the ball. It's not where you know, take lockdown as like you're still in camp, and that's what they've done. Not many fighters have done it. I think that some started doing it 4 weeks when they were getting phone calls, but these were on it from the get-go, so these are ready to go now, and it's easier for me to work with.
Now, I won't be doing my job if I never asked this question, but you said a new addition coming into camp. You know I'm going to have to ask. You can tell me to fuck off if you want, but who is it? Who is it?
It's a fuck off. Let's just say he's a foreigner. He's going to be a foreign boxer, and he's top class, top draw. He's come with all the attributes and the credentials to win world title. He's a massive name, not just a big name, a massive name. So I'm looking forward. If it comes off, obviously MTK are working with it alongside myself, and if he comes, wow, I'll be proud to train him.
Like I said, you've got Sean, Waz and Sam Maxwell here. You've potentially got 3 potential world champions here, and now you clearly think that all 3 of them will be world champions at some stage in their careers. Do you feel any pressure in training guys like that to get them from where they are now to that world stage and then obviously beyond?
It's like anything else with boxing. I've been in it. I've been in it over 30 years since I was a young kid. 40 years. I'm not going to tell you how old I am today. But it's just going from that level, British level. The lads are past British level now. They're touching European level. Well, they are European level. Once we've combat this European level, then we're ready for world level, and that's what it is. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Definitely. For this lockdown, Danny, let's put emphasis on the fact that me as a boxing fan and everyone as a boxing fan, we want to see 50-50 fights. We want to see the big names fight the big names, and it looks like we're getting the big name versus the big name in Joshua versus Tyson Fury, which looks like they've agreed a 2-fight deal. I don't think contracts have been signed, but they've agreed a 2-fight deal in 2021. I mean, what's your thoughts on that happening?
I just couldn't believe it. I mean, it's the fight everyone wants. It's the biggest fight in Britain since Lennox Lewis against Frank Bruno. You know, talking heavyweights, but what a fight. It's just unbelievable. Fury, boxer.
Puncher
Joshua,
now, it seems.
puncher now as well.
Yeah.
You know, he just looks like a different fighter since he's gone with Sugar Hill. Joshua, to me, is progressing all the time as well. It's a good fight. I do think
he was a puncher and now proved that he can box.
Yeah. So you know, but look at the trainers. What they've got, Sugar Hill. Look at Rob McCracken. For me, he's the best in Britain. He's a personal friend of mine. He's a fantastic trainer. So it's game plans what win fights. It's not all about this, that. It's the thinking man that wins the fight. So the coaches are going to come into it. There's going to be a little bit of pressure on them as well. But it's fantastic for boxing. Fantastic for MTK Global as well to be involved the way we are. So it's brilliant.
I mean, is it a fight that you think can be made in Britain for us fans, or do you think it's going to be taken out to the Middle East? It seems like it's going to be taken out to the Middle East. Obviously, we all know boxing is a business and we all know that money talks, so do you think we'll see it out in the Middle East before we see it in the UK?
We'd all love it in Britain, wouldn't we? But I think the money side of it's going to have to be maybe America or the Middle East, but it looks like the Middle East. It's just unbelievable. I mean, I'll be there, hopefully sitting ringside if there's any tickets left to watch you.
Get me a ticket, Danny.
Well, you will sit with me. We all go everywhere together, don't we?
Exactly.
Everywhere.
There we go. I'll hold you to that. I'll clip this little bit here.
You'll send me this tonight.
Remember what you said in this interview, Danny?
Yeah, you'll send me that tonight, yeah.
So, how are things with you anyway with this thing? Are you keeping reasonably fit now? You've got this gym.
Do you know what?
Stuff like that,
if I'm honest, I mean, going on camera looks like I love myself, but I'm probably the fittest I've been for 10 years. I've been training every day doing circuits, doing my 10Ks again. Circuits,
10K walks or runs?
Runs, 36 mile bike rides, hitting pads again with my lad Dominic, so it's all good. I'm keeping fit, I feel good, mentally feel good as well, which is the main thing, because the lockdown, I think people deal with it different. You know, you do have your ups and downs. I did have a bad week, you do have a bad week, and then but the boxing's back now, so that's what keeps me happy.
Yeah, that's what's keeping me happy. Like I said to you when I saw you when you came in.
I've never seen you smile like that when you walked in here before, and the hug you gave me.
Oh, it was just good.
You should come here every day. You put me in a right good mood.
It was just good to just get some boxing back, seeing the boxers, seeing you and seeing a boxing gym and stuff like that, and get my camera out rather than doing a Zoom interview and stuff like that. So it was good to sort of get back to some sort of normality, even though you've got to stay at distance, we've got to do it outside, we can't really go into the gym and do the interview and stuff like that, because we are taking precautions because obviously stuff like this, but it is good to see you, my man.
Great to see you. Unbelievable.
Next time I come, we'll go for a pint.
We'll go for a pint. Let's get these boxers first, because there's no pints while they're fighting. After that we can have a couple.
Right, I'll clip this as well.
That's alright, and I'll buy the first one.
Right, good man. Your scouts on my talk, nobody's buying anything. Danny, as always, it's a pleasure to talk to you again. Good to see you again, my man. I'm going to stick around and watch the boys train if you don't mind. And
perfect, no problem.
I'll catch up with you soon.
Alright, appreciate it.
Thanks so much,
for coming,
Danny.
Andrew. Always welcome. Thank you.